Let's talk about the problem. This thing that I do, and yeah, let's get into it. That there are so many problems, and it's very concerning to me how we are manipulated as people. The problem is that there's a 1% of people that are super rich and that probably own more than the rest of us do, which is now not equal sharing of wealth and whatever. And then people always be like, "Oh man, like, why you always getting pissed off at these rich guys or something, something, something? Just make your own money, get your money up, you know." And the thing is that, like, I won't say we're fighting, but we're kind of competing for the same resources. And if somebody can buy out everything that you need, that is like a need, like fucking water and everything, then how how is that fair to you as a person? It's always like, oh, if one person owns everything, how do the other people generate wealth? You can either work for that person, which is like how many people can really work, and how there's a whole theory that you cannot be a billionaire ethically, right? And it's like you're never going to earn as much or even close to probably even maybe live comfortable, talk less of even being a millionaire in the first place. Wealth is supposed to trickle down. It's not supposed to go up, you know? Because the more it's like the more someone has, right? So it's kind of go down because like at least the littlest person will see something. But now they are taking from the poor and then they are giving the rich because taxes now, the rich people are supposed to get taxed more than the average person. But it's not happening in some places. It's not happening at all sometimes because why? Because these people have kind of bought out, you know, the person will probably earn more from this rich guy than, serving the people. And it's like, okay, cool. But then it wouldn't be called the 1% if everybody could get there. So what does that mean for the average person? Idolize. There's an idolizing problem, Abby. It's like you cannot you cannot I don't understand why you are defending a billionaire when you have more in common with the homeless person that you see almost, I don't know, than this billionaire. Than these billionaires. The thing about the powers is that they will always divide people in order to distract them from, oh man, this is really the source of your problem, bro. And it happens everywhere with politics and tribe, yeah. And there's race, and then there's class. There's class. There's a class. What I say is a class war. And it is very interesting to see because this billionaire does not owe you shit. I feel like I've said this thing, I've tweeted it before. Like, if these niggas wanted to change things, they would change things. But the greed and the want for more and more and more and more is what is going to kill us. Because how many is enough? How much is really enough? Like, think about it. Like, I don't know, man. To be like, oh man, this nigga is just talking like, oh man, bro. But like, let's be honest. Let's just like let's sit down, bro. Like, there are some people that I've literally heard people admit that, like, bro, sometimes you just get the money and they don't even know what to do with it. So how much can one man really need? How much can one person really want? There are so many things that could be done to help the commonest person and the environment in general, but it is not done because these people are building bunkers or they are doing this thing. One idiot wants to go to Mars and this and this and this, and but our heads are always in the cloud. We forget to look down at the soil that we're standing on because It's people want to build bunkers and hide from the apocalypse that are be the dystopia that they're already making. My It's probably my existential crisis from because even my FYP has been feeding it to me like just people talking about the state and situations of different things and capitalism and all that stuff and it's like bro, it's so real and education is so great because they will try and hide a lot of things from you like it doesn't exist or like cover it up so people don't learn even though we never really learn from the past. And it's like if one person keeps on grabbing and grabbing and the rest of us have to, or a few people keep on grabbing, the rest of us have to just adapt. So it's always funny, like one guy on this guy on Instagram, it was like, oh, that if we're playing this game where every like people are losing like 1% are losing every year and like 95% loses this year 97% and everybody just trying to fight to be the 1% that doesn't lose while the other 99% is going to a couple just a few amount of people and the billions of other people have to fight for it so little. It's very 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 dystopian and that's just how it is when you there's a system that allows somebody to just be that rich, you know. So like at the end of the day, everything's going to affect you as a person, no matter what. You know, if these people have control of particular scene and rent is going to increase and food is going to increase and different things are going like bro, the CEO of Nestle said that water is not a human right. And these people have taken water from communities and sold it back to them, which is actually just is insane. But then this is not just the first time, during colonization, people who own water, they will come from wherever the fuck in Europe, and then they'll come and they'll seize lakes, and it's very interesting. But I think the most interesting part is that some of these things just they never really stop. It never really stops. It's just I guess it just kind of evolves. And as a Nigerian, think about this how they aren't as much rich people, billionaires as they are in Africa as they are in just the United States, right? But then the few rich people that we have here probably living that life, and then Nigeria is like pretty corrupt in the sense that these guys can get away with anything. In fact, sef, there's already a problem that the fact that some of the richest people in this country are politicians, and that's already a big problem because why is that a thing that is happening? At the same time, ideals don't just stay in one place and they spread because yeah too is pretty sick. I mean people just keep on raising the prices of things. There's no control over some things in this place and there is a very very big fucking monopoly in this place and I think we know. So it's very interesting. I mean, the day that this nigga, like I was talking about ideals, right? The day that this nigga won the election, Donald Trump was a very interesting day because I didn't want to care about these elections, whatever. But then this is like a world power, right? And they kind of have effect on how the world goes because why are people voting for a ceasefire and then in Gaza and then the US and UK have veto power. So if they say no, it's just going to be like, oh, okay, nobody's votes going to count. It's very interesting. So that's why it's very interesting to know who is in charge. And that day this guy won. It was very interesting because I saw people and was like, why are people supporting this person? I don't get it, but then I get it. I think it's just ideals and the conservativeness of people and Nigerians. There was literally a video I saw this. So the guy was like, oh man, I didn't vote for him because I agree with the things I said, but I voted for him because he put Jesus Christ first. He's blah blah blah. And I'm like, bro, this is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. Like the person that is supposed to be the person that is representing Christ. So many allegations and is literally just a bad person and use their campaign to spread hate and misinformation. And it's like this is the person like this guy is a rapist. He has rape allegations. He's a racist, he's fascist. It's like this is the guy that's representing Jesus, and it just feels like you can just put that stamp that shit on your head, and everybody just going to fucking follow you around. Is less of what Jesus even stood for, and more of just I don't even know what they want from you. Somebody said is the idea that Christ has died for you, and now you can go to heaven. So people just know that part, you know. So they feel like you cannot do wrong. Apparently, you feel like you cannot do wrong in Christ, and it's like okay, but then they don't really do what he did. So it's very interesting to see Christians now be like, yeah, this is our guy, this is our guy over here. It's the conservativeness. Like, oh man, Donald Trump does not support LGBTQ. That's why I like it. Donald Trump used to say the truth. And it's the stupidest things I'm hearing in my life. And just like, wow, man, we are actually, I mean, they are actually stupid. Because it does not really make sense. I mean, either way, more reason, biggest problems are either way, they are still terrorists and war criminals, no matter who is there, because the US is still going to, you know, do what the US does, fund terrorism and other things, and then just spin the block around like they are doing the right thing. A big problem now is a two-party system. You know, it's either this one and this one and that one, and people are so loyal to a party that the like, bro, the wickedest person, the devil, can be in this party and be like, this is our guy. This is an example of what happened in Nigeria as well. Minus the corruption, some people just they are loyal to APC and they're loyal to PDP, and they're like, they don't know who this other guy is, man. So this is like a factor that just plays into it as well. Not that this was like the whole thing. So it's very interesting to see the same thing. There's so many factors that play into this thing. So I'm like, these are people's ideals, and somehow they stick to them, and it makes them very blind to what is happening in the world or what is happening around them. Because this person really does not care about you, and this person has seen that, oh, if I say this thing, these people they're going to follow me, and I'll just keep on saying this thing, and they'll just keep on believing that this is what I stand for, even though I am a fucking criminal, man. I'm an evil person. Same thing with billionaires, and this nigga Elon Musk, and there's so many. It's just everything just is kind of set to just divide people. But at the end, it's not who is with this person and who is with that person. It's just up and down. The people that are up and the people that are down. Because they want the people down to fight themselves. So like, they just keep staying up. And that's just the problem. If someone pisses you off, they pissed you off. They do not piss you off because they are another religion or their sexual orientation is different. It's just sometimes some people just like some people don't know the reason why they're angry. Someone has just told them to be angry. This is for some people, Sha. Someone has just told them to be angry. So I feel like it's just important for us to really understand ourselves and understand what we stand for as people, and ask yourself if you're being manipulated. Ask yourself like why things are like this, and why things around you, and who is really benefiting from all of this. Because I even feel like at the end, at the top, there is no division, whether you are this or you are that, or you are this one, or it's just, it doesn't, I don't think at the top, all of them are G's. I don't think it matters. What matters is controlling the people that are down. And this is just like what I think. Because some people don't think for themselves. And I cannot, in fact, say, like, some things are just trying to be very open. Like, niggas, like, someone explained how it's like chess, right? And then the knights kind of are the people, and all these influencers that are part of just, they have the audience. So then they relay these ideas to the audience to further spread the division. As someone put like someone like Aiden Ross or something, it's like, bro, because these niggas are pretty useless, because there's like a, I don't know. They know their audience, and if you fuel a fire, it's going to rise, and at the end, you're just going to end up fighting for somebody that is fucking rich and is just getting richer because you keep fighting for them, and this is just very, very stupid. Because is every generation. Nobody, everybody wants their next generation to probably be richer than them. And if people keep on grabbing, I mean, if this 1% keep on taking, just is kind of going to be the opposite way, because what do you now have to inherit from before if there is basically nothing? And I've been thinking about this a lot. And yeah, and yeah, I just let me just talk about it because I feel like it's very important. And in fact, if it's important as it's going to affect how we live, literally affecting our lives now, and a lot of things that we probably don't even know that it affects us. Well, yeah, I mean, just tell me what you think. Tell me how you feel. I think this is all I have to say for now. One, I just wanted to say a quick one and just watch yourself and watch how you think, and really like ask yourself if you are being manipulated. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, these are the questions, right? These are the real questions, and just be kind. And if you're a Christian, practice what it means to be a Christian, and it's not just being your fucking mouth that you hate people that are different from you. So yeah, I mean, see you guys next time.